All right. Look, everyone's hopping on. Hi, everyone. What if everyone saw my post? Okay. Um, I'm gonna mute everyone as you're hopping on so there's not like as much background noise except for the speakers. So, all right. Hi, happy Monday. All right, so this Zoom is gonna be all about signing distributors because signing distributors is so flipping important, you guys. And I know that like I think as a company, like since the charts changed, we've been like doing a lot of like a lot of excitement around signing customers, and signing customers is so important. It is the heartbeat of our business. It's how we get paid and all that stuff. But you cannot promote without distributors. And the fastest way, Kim Touchton always said this from the very first day that I started. I always remember her saying, "What's the fastest way to grow your volume?" And everyone would say parties or uh, I don't know, whatever. And she's like, no, it's signing distributors because you can sign however many customers on your own. But if you have a whole team of people doing this with you, think of how many customers you can have under you on your team, right? And that's the name of the game. We're here to change lives. We're here to not just change people's health. We're here to change their financial success and like their life. So signing distributors is so important and so fun. So I asked a few people to speak, besides just me and Megan, a couple girls that are absolutely killing it and just have, one of them super new, one of them is a little bit of a veteran with us, but they have such great perspectives and they are just running like the flipping wind and they have such great tips. And honestly, like we're just going to kind of keep it real because if you really want to promote and you really want to like sign all the people, like it's going to take some work. And I will just say that up front. Like when you hear these girls talk, like they're going to tell you that they are putting in the work. They're not just sitting back, hanging out, like osmosisly getting people on their website. Like they're putting in the work. And so I just think that's like really huge to say up front. So who should we have talk first? Anyone want to volunteer?
Whoever unmutes himself first.
Let's see. Ready?
I did.
Melanie. Okay.
I hate going last. There's a lot of new people, so I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Melanie Zamora. I just completed my second anniversary with It Works in June. So I'm going to share with you what I've been doing, and that's pretty much it. So essentially, what my master plan has been, is printing off my friends list on Facebook. Like I did it for Instagram, but my strategy was initially I was going to use my Instagram to start signing distributors because I haven't really worked as much with Instagram like I have with my Facebook. So I kind of felt like I just needed to continue to grow my Facebook more because I was running through my list so much that I was like, okay, I need to focus on Instagram and start talking to people, interacting, and growing that more. So there I have about, I want to say maybe about 1,000 or so friends, not very many, but that's 1,000 people that haven't heard of what I do yet, or people that I needed to talk to. So that's where I started, and it's paying off. So I have like pages and pages of potentials just on Instagram alone, not including what I have on Facebook. So, and then now, like last month, I committed to myself that I was going to be loud about my story. Like I just, for some reason, I just kind of forget about that I need to share my story. And because what I have to say and what my story is important, because somebody out there might be relating to what I went through, why I started, and why I'm with the company. So just sharing my story. And then recently I've been using my peers, my teammates, asking them like, hey, do you have your slides that you put together for your stories on Instagram and Facebook? Can I share that? Can I share your story with my audience? And then I even took it the step further, like, hey, would you mind like interviewing me, or like I can interview you and we can share our stories. Maybe someone else can. I'm sorry, my dog just decided to play with his donut in the living room. So like someone out there is going to resonate with their story. You know, they might not relate to me just as much, but with my story, but they'll relate to somebody else's. So, and I feel like that has helped a lot. And then just being loud and just like being consistent with my story, talking about my story on Facebook and Instagram, like it's helped a lot. And again, going back to talking to people, like I'm not pre-screening anyone. I'm messaging everyone about being a distributor and just really talking to them, telling them what we do. I've revamped a few times what I've been saying to people, and just pretty much trying to make it as easy as possible. And I'm also added in saying that when a customer comes to customer service, we don't help with that. The company helps with that. So anything that the customer would need, like say trouble tickets or anything like that, we send them to customer service, because I feel like sometimes people get caught up with that as well. Like, oh, I don't want to be like a salesperson or anything like that. We solely share our passion about the products, show them how much when they're amazing, two, that they work, and then getting people to our website, and we make money off of that. Like, how easy is that? That's super easy. So why wouldn't someone want to do that? I mean, it's essentially in a nutshell what we do, and we're just making it plain and simple and just keeping it as easy as possible. And lastly, taking the time to put in the work and following up with people, and then getting on Zooms. Like, I'm always sharing on the team page, like, hey, I'm on Zoom, who wants to hop on? Me, I feel like if I have someone in front of me, I'm going to be more prone to getting more work in, and then being able to bounce ideas off of people. That way, if I get stuck with something, I can ask whomever's on, like, hey, what do you think about this? And it's more fun that way when you're working with someone versus working alone. So yeah, that's what I've been doing.
I feel like you've been a lot more intentional, like in the past month with your business when you are working. Do you feel like you've changed anything up from like May to June, obviously to now to July, like as far as like being intentional in that?
For sure, I did. I downloaded the task app, so I have a set list, and also I'm set business hours for myself. So dedicating time to really making sure that in that time I'm working my business to the full capacity that I can, because now that my kids are home from summer school, well, especially Isabel, she'll be home next week, like I'm going to have to make sure that I have time dedicated to her, because she is going to be with me all the time if I don't. And it's going to make it harder for me to be able to get work done. So I have to be intentional with my time and with my business. And then one also, so I don't feel stressed. I don't have like all this pressure on myself, like, oh my gosh, like I need to get this done because I didn't get it done earlier in the day. I'm being intentional with the tasks that I'm doing in those set times. That's helped tremendously.
So being intentional means you're not sitting there like Facebook scrolling or just like looking around doing whatever. You're actually like going through your task list and getting it done. Okay.
Getting it done.
Just clarifying.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm going to have Laura speak next. So what day did you start on, Laura? June 5th.
Hi, June 5th.
June 5th. So Laura started with us last month. How many distributors did you sign your first month?
I signed 6 my first month.
Okay, like within your first 3 weeks, really. Okay. So how, like, and first of all, hold on, before Laura talks, you might be sitting there like, wait a minute, I've been in this for however many months and I haven't signed anyone. This is not to compare, you guys. You're not comparing yourself. This is not so that you can beat yourself up and be like, wow, I must suck because I haven't, like, don't do that. I want you to take what everyone's saying tonight, and I want you to just realize that like they might be doing something that maybe you are not doing, and just to realize like maybe I could take tips from here, take inspiration from what people are saying and run with it so that I can make my paycheck in July different from my paycheck in June, right? That's all I want you guys to do with this, is just like take it as positive and, encouraging. So, okay, Laura, can you give us tips on what the heck you've been doing, please?
So, first of all, I want to say that a lot of it is like my why. So you keep hearing people talk about that, and it's so important, like find your why. When I reached out to Jackie, like I was in the pits, like I was desperate, and that was my why. Like there's a lot of other ones, but that was my why to get on here and to push. So everything that everyone said and any kind of little hint or detail, that Live Love Rap page, there's always all kinds of stuff on there. Like I do it. Like anytime they're like, try this, okay, I'll try it. I will go for it and I will push for it. And like with the distributors that I signed, it was like last day of the month and everyone was like pushing because that's what they said to do. So like I spent all day just push. I signed 5 of those 6 distributors on one day. I literally just sit and I push. Excuse me. So, and a lot of what I do is when I'm talking to people is it's about like the opportunity. I love that word. All of this is opportunity. The business gave me the opportunity to do this. This business can give you the opportunity to do that. So I always talk about that. Excuse me. And then we were talking about a little bit earlier today, like urgency. People will respond to urgency. When I was making my post on that last day of the month, I wrote that I had 5 spots open. And then a little bit later, when I signed one off, I wrote I only have 4. And people started to like get a little nervous that my spots were closing. Like people started to message me. They were just like, "Oh, what is this? I need to know. Wait, save me a spot." So I like, talk to them, and not to say that every single person on there that was like, "Hey, tell me," and then I told them signed up. There was like 30 people on there, and like I said, I only signed 5. So I mean, you're always going to have the no's and everything. So it's going to sound wrong when I say it. The I don't care is like a big thing of when I'm messaging people. Like for a little while when I would like go to message, I would like think about that person that I messaged. I'm like, oh no, they wouldn't want to hear this, or oh no, maybe I shouldn't send this person. Like I stopped caring about that because like I'm blocking off those people's opportunities. Like who am I to judge what they do or don't want or can't have? So like I have just stopped judging people, and I have just literally messaged them. I saw someone talk about making like no's into host to post. So when I'm messaging someone for like a DT and they are a distributor and they just like straight up say no, oh, I'm not interested. Like I turn that right back around and I'm like, oh, it's okay. I totally understand. I'm like, but women empowering women, would you help me out? All you have to do is share this post for me. And like, I've gotten a good amount of post to posts out of it. Like, especially when you're using, women empowering women, how many women are just gonna be like, like it sounds positive and people are going for it. So, even though I'm losing, a possible distributor, I'm, getting a host to post out there and maybe gaining others. I don't know really past that. I mean, just messaging. Like go ahead.
You talk about growing your network.
Yeah, that's where exactly I was about to go. So when I started, I had like a little over maybe 350 friends on Facebook, and I didn't use Instagram. So I think I have like close to 7 something following me on Instagram, which is like a huge accomplishment because I found, Instagram's not my favorite. And then Facebook, I just reached over 2,000 friends. So that was super exciting. And like, always, like when I'm bored, when I'm sitting by the pool, if I'm sitting by the fire, like that's my waste of time thing, is I grow my network, I grow my people and try to get more people on. I like at least minimum want to do 50 because every night I message a minimum of 50 people new to do distributing. So I go to the oldest of the new people and ask them. So I got to keep putting more new people on top of them so I can keep messaging that many people later. Because I don't want to message the new people because they haven't seen my story and haven't seen what I have going on yet. So as long as I'm growing my network, I can keep messaging that amount of people every day. Excuse me. Yeah.
Can you talk really quick about, I know that like a lot of people come to me and say, well, I don't know how to sign people up because I don't have a cool story. I don't have like a success story yet to tell people. So I don't know how to post. Can you talk about what you're posting about as for like for potential distributors, since that's kind of what our Zoom is about? We'll talk about that for right now.
Yeah, I mean, you can always like share someone else's story. Like for the probably first week or two, I share Jackie's story all the time. I'm always talking about my girlfriend made $110,000 in bonuses. Like I totally shared the crap out of her story, and that's okay. And that's great. And then I finally broke down and like made my own story because everyone does have their own story. I did a live video with my story. It's on my YouTube now. And then I have a whole like Facebook or Instagram story that is about it. And like I have my story. I'm a mom. I'm an at-home mom with 2 kids. I have 6 dogs because I show dogs. Like I'm always very busy. So I talked about how this is what my life looks like, and I need to be home with my kids, and I need to be home with my dogs, and I need such income like this. And I talk about where I'm going. I talk about how I'm about to be Ruby making $500, and talk about At that point, we had like a $3,000 guarantee. I talked about like what that was and how I'm not even worried about it because I'm working on my $10,000 bonus. That 3K meant nothing to me. Like, I'm focused on this and I'm almost there. Like, that's what my story is. And people will believe both. Like, they will believe in what you're currently doing and what your dreams are. And even if they don't, who cares? They're your dreams. Keep pushing for them. And then, I don't know, because of distributors and stuff that I've seen and I've had too, like, people confused when I say, or anyone else says, that it's like, it's not hard work for you not having to work hard. It's not hard work. What we do is not hard. It's not strenuous, but you do still have to work hard. You still have to put in the time and the hours and the effort. But again, it's genuine, so it's easy. So that's that.
So most of the people, so I freaking love Laura. She has lit like the biggest fire in me. And I mean, I had a big fire last month, like regardless of Laura, but I'm just saying she did an in-person party, which a lot of my new girls like just won't even do an in-person party. I did 2 in my first month when I started, but she had an in-person party. I was going to go to it, although I was really sick, but everyone canceled on her, you guys. Everyone canceled on her. Like, all of her warm market, like, no one wanted to support her. Like, I'm not even joking. She did not have a good warm market. That is why she grew her cold market so freaking fast. Like, can you imagine going from like no Instagram to having over 700 people in a month and then like 300 something Facebook friends to like a 2,000? She had to. She like didn't have a choice. And so what did she do? The night that she had her in-person party, since no one showed up, she's like, you know what? I'm going to put a whole table together. She put an entire table together as if people were coming, and she went on Facebook Live and she wrapped herself. Like, when you need something so bad, you just do it, right? And like, that's the point that she's at. And I think like Megan and I, like, I remember when we were first in this, like, we wanted this so badly that we were just ready to do whatever the heck we had to do to make it happen. Like, I feel like the same fire in me right now because like whatever you have to do, like, we just wanted it so bad. And so you have to get yourself to the point where you're just like, I will try anything. I will do whatever it takes and I will do the hard work. Laura, how many people have you followed up with today? Like, just today?
So followed up is 170 people, and I messaged 56 new people. So 226 people I've messaged.
I mean, people say that they want this. You say that you want this. And I've been in the same spot. I've had like 5 years, right? Sometimes I know that I'm working the way that I should be, and sometimes I know that I'm not. But if you really want it, then you're going to put action in. And I know that like people work full time. I know you got a lot going on. I know there's like health issues. I know there's all kinds of stuff going on, but life is never going to slow down for you. Promise you. It's the only thing that you can count on is that life is never going to slow down. So you either make it and you do it, or you don't. You either have the intentional time and you set the office hours. Maybe it's not as much time as, however much time you can get. Like, you have to plan your day, you guys. I promise that you have extra time. I see like some people like sitting around like they're watching TV, and I'm like, that's time that you could have been putting into your business. So you either want to watch TV, or like you want to do the business, or you want to sit around and do nothing, or you want to work the business and you want to like make your life change. But you're going to have to put a lot of action in to a short amount of time in order to get a really big result, right? Like, Laura is putting in way more action than her paycheck reflected today. And she knows, although her paycheck I think was like 3 times what mine was when I first started, but like in my first paycheck it was like $16. But like, she's working way harder, and most people will not do that. They won't put in a type of work that she's putting in. She's not seeing the results yet. Like, she is, but like, she's not seeing the paycheck that like you would think that someone would make at the level that she's putting in. But she knows that by putting in all this effort right now, and like how many people she's talking to, how many seeds she's planting, like, clearly we know she's going to go diamond and beyond. Like, that's just not even a question, And so you just have to like ask yourself, what do I really want in life? Do I want to do what I need to be doing for my future, or do I want to be doing what I feel like doing right now? Right. Okay. Thank you, Laura. I won't make you, if we have more questions, we'll ask you. Megan?
Oh, hi. You want me to talk now? Is that what you want?
I want you to talk. So Megan, for those, there's like a lot of new people on here. You promoted what, every single month until you got
yeah, listening to Laura talk, it was like lighting a fire number 2 with me. You know what I mean? She just reminds me so much of myself when I first joined, just because it's like blinders on. Who the hell cares what everybody thinks? Like, do the damn thing. So, Laura, props to you, woman. You were totally lighting a fire under me. Yeah, I joined and I had a strong why. I wanted to be home to raise my daughter. I was sick of leaving her every night, so I joined to supplement my income as a waitress, and I promoted once a month all the way to triple diamonds. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Yeah. So, I think that since we're staying on the topic of signing distributors and like growing your team and stuff like that, I think just like the topic that I really want to touch on tonight is that growing your team and signing new distributors and all of that thing starts with you. It starts with who you are as a person. I know I went live on the page today, so you guys, I'm not going to like repeat what I already said, but you guys can go check it out. But I think that being you as a person and sharing who you are is going to draw those people into your business, okay? It's going to draw the people that are like you into your business. So if you are excited and passionate and motivated and you're working hard and you're showing these people that you're working hard, you're not showing these people that you're sitting on your ass on the beach not working all the time. I'm not saying don't do that. Like, share the fun stuff, share the vacation stuff, but like, you have to also talk about the fact that this takes work. Because if you're only posting about the fact that you're sitting on the beach drinking margaritas, those are the kind of people that you're going to bring into your business. The kind of people that can just sit on their butts and not do a thing and earn a paycheck, right? So you have to be willing to talk about the hard stuff, talk about the fact that it is hard work to, work this business, but it's a hell of a lot easier than going to any 9-to-5 job, or in my case, any waitressing job, right? It's a hell of a lot easier. So you have to be willing to talk about that stuff because you're going to draw those people into your business, the ones that truly want it and want to work. Like, I talk about that a lot in my posts, you guys. Like, if I say, like, I made a post, I don't even know, last week, just about like, I have so many spots open that I want to lock arms with you, but you have to be willing to work hard. Okay. And I put that out there because I don't want people joining me and thinking that they're going to skate through and not put any work into this and then all of a sudden get a $10,000 paycheck next month. Not going to happen. Blinders on, laser focused, share who you are, share your excitement, because people are buying you. They're buying your excitement. They could give 2 craps about the products. I mean, honestly, you guys, 2 craps about the products, 2 craps about the business. They need to know that you're excited and that you're going to lead them with passion, right? You have to show them the way. So signing distributors starts with you and who you are as a person and who you are as a leader and, who you want to bring into this company, who you want on your team. I think it's really important to share I'm trying to think of the words. I had the words perfectly earlier and now my brain's mush, but I mean, just go watch my video from earlier on the live, just because like, I feel like using this business as a platform for something way bigger is incredibly important. Okay. You joined this business for a reason. Yes. I joined for money. How many people on this Zoom joined for money? Okay. We all basically join for money in some way or another, but you need to know that it's bigger. It's bigger than that. Okay. You need to be dreaming bigger than you've ever dreamed before, because this is a platform to help you to do amazing things in your life and to impact the world. So think bigger, draw these people into your business, impact these people in any way you can and inspire them. And they're going to be attracted to you and they're going to want to join you if you are showing that passion to them. Okay. People are coming to me now. I mean, guys, it takes a lot, but like 4.5 years in, people see my passion. They see my love for this company. They see my love for life. They see me and they come to me. Okay. So you're going to get to a point when obviously you're going to never stop reaching out. I'm not saying that. Don't ever stop messaging and reaching out, but like you're going to get to a point where people are going to be coming to you. Okay. But you have to be willing to share like your love for this business, your love for this company, your passion, your excitement, share all of that, put it out there, be a freaking open book. I don't even know, like just do the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? That's my motto in life. Do the damn thing.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. So we've given you like the speech of you need to do the hard work, right? So I kind of want to go around to each person and ask kind of like more logistical, because when I'm green. So when I was new, I was like, but what are they doing? Like, cool, I need to do the things, but what are they doing? So I know Mel like wanted to say one more thing, but also will you say what the thing that you wanted to say? And then also will you tell us like where most of your distributors coming from? Are you reaching out? Are they coming to you? Are they coming from certain things? Can you give us that?
Yeah, for sure. So what I wanted to add on, and I even added this on the team page, was don't let someone's no dictate your future. Like that just came to me one day, like all of a sudden watching, I think I was like on some Zoom or something where there was like a training, but it just came to me like, why am I letting someone's no dictate my future? Why am I letting this person that I don't even know dictate my family's future, dictating if I'm achieving my goals or not? No one's going to have that power but me, Melanie Zamora. And the way that I'm going about getting distributors is talking to people, messaging them. Like that's something that I've always done from the very beginning, is that I've always messaged people. Like occasionally people will come to me about wanting to know more about what I do. Like today, maybe like the first time in my 2 years, someone messaged me from a poll that I did on Facebook. So that says a lot. Like I know a lot of us get distributors and leads just by polls. That's not me. For some reason, I don't. They always do it on accident. But I'm talking to people. I'm taking that initiative, sending them that message and reaching out to them, talking with them, sharing with them. What was your other part of your question?
You were going to say something.
Oh, I said that, but what was the other part of the question of
that was it? Like, how are you getting, where are they coming from?
Messaging people and sharing my story, because I guess I intimidate people sometimes with my passion, but I go to people because they're not going to come to me, obviously, unless they're like super interested and have been watching me for a while. But I'm reaching out to them first and planting the seed.
So you were sending like a genuine message and just asking them if they'd be open to this opportunity.
Mm-hmm. And I've been using the one that I got from you, from Jade Hooper, saying something about like, I know this is super direct, but I feel like you'd be really good at what I do. Can I share with you what I do and just give you information and see if it's a good fit? I've been getting so much feedback from that. Yeah, tell me what do you do? Because I'm not giving them information. I'm saying, I feel like you're going to be good at this. Do you think this will fit with you and your lifestyle and what you need? So 99% of the time, they're like, yeah, tell me what do you do? And after that, if they don't respond, that's okay. I'll follow up with them. Hey, did you get to read my message? And making note of their name. If they're saying, yeah, what do you do? Because I'm going to continue to follow up with them until they tell me yes. That's another thing too. So
you're writing them down so you can follow up with them later.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they say that they want more information, what then?
What am I telling them? So pretty much explaining who I'm with, what we do, and just making it as easy as possible for them. I'm not trying to overcomplicate what we do, because what we do is easy. We share our love for the products. We take a picture of the products just like we would do with anything else, like our Starbucks drink or like our Target haul and all that, just sharing it on social media and talking with people about our products and helping distributors, helping add new team members, and going from there with helping customers and team members. But I don't overcomplicate it, and I just make it super simple.
Thank you. Love it. Simple. Perfect. Laura, you're mostly signing people from you reaching out. Or from what?
No, it's mostly for me reaching out. I haven't had the best luck with the stories until like literally today. But really it's all been from just reaching out and telling people like what I do. And I let them know like it's easy. You're on Facebook already. Like how much harder is it for you to post a product? I mean, you have to respond to these people and like, oh, I wish I had it up. But someone's like, can you just break down as if I was like a kindergarten what you do? I was like, yes. I'm like, let me do that for you. I was like, every morning I reach out and I say hi to everyone. I tell them happy birthday if it's their birthday. And that's my networking part. I let them know I'm here and I'm on my network. And then I was like, and next I talk about one of my products. I share it on my page. I share it in my story, whether it's, I'm out front drinking my coffee, which I do every morning, or if I'm getting one of my energy sticks because I got to keep up with my kids for the day or go to cheer. I always just share something about the product. And then I let them know I just share something about the business. Tell them why I love this business, how excited I am that I'm a part of this business. Again, easy. This is easy stuff to share, especially if you do love it and it's genuine. Excuse me. And I was like, and the next part is I go through, if anybody has commented, liked, or said something about those comments or stories that I've posted, then I reach out to them. I'm like, hey, I saw you liked my business post. Can I give you some more information about it? So, I mean, it's just reaching out and following up. That follow-up is something big. I mean, that's why, what did I say, 170 follow-ups today. Like, that first reach out is only enough to like let them know you're there and maybe put a seed in their brain about what's going on. But if you don't follow up, they're not going to come back. They're just going to get lost in their box somewhere. You have to follow up. And I followed up with the girls a few times and sounding genuine too. Something, Melanie said, she was like, oh, because she said that she uses Jackie's posts. Yeah, use them. They're everywhere. Like, there's so much good information. There's so much good tools on our page, but make sure it sounds like you. If you're not the one that says, hey girl, like I do, or like Jackie does, then don't say that in your posts. But like, make sure it sounds like you. And I've taken so many of our scripts and put them on like a Word document of mine and like changed them so they sound like me a little bit, but I use those all the time. And that's what makes my job a little easier. Copy, paste, copy, paste.
Thank you. I know Megan's reached out from the very beginning. So Megan, do you reach out to them and like start conversations, or do you just kind of like reach out to them and be like, hey, this is what I've got? Like,
yeah, I'm very blunt and to the point. Like, I just feel like if I'm reaching out and saying, hey, how are you? Let's chit chat. They're going to read right through that BS, honestly, because that's what I would do. I'd be like, that's a load of crap. You're only reaching out and asking how I'm doing because you want to ask me to join your business, right? So I am just straight to the point. I do a lot. I know, well, there's so many new people on here. You might not all know this, but I do a lot of voice memos. Voice memos are life for me. I do have some scripts that I keep in my notes, copy and paste. So typically the initial message is a written post or a written message direct about how I think that they would be great at what I do. I actually really love what Mel just said with her script that you guys have been using. That's awesome. So I'm definitely going to try that one. But yeah, written script. And then when somebody comes back asking for a little bit more information, that's typically when I go straight to voice memo. I send a little Cliff Notes version backstory of, my story in this business. And then I just am excited. Like, hey, it's super easy. I simply share my love for these products and this company. I'm already on social media anyway. And even the girl I signed today, I was like, you see my posts. Like, that's what I do. You're already seeing my posts every single day. That's what I do. I reach out and message people. I share my love for the products in my posts. Like, it's super easy. And I'm going to teach you and guide you and show you exactly how to be successful with this. So you keep it very simple, because if you're going to like tell them a ton of stuff, it's going to get really overwhelming for them. And so keep it simple, keep it direct. I use voice memos because I think it's important for them to be able to hear who I am and my excitement and my passion for this business. So if you're not using voice memos, I highly encourage you to just try it, give it a shot, see what happens, because I think it's important for them to know you.
Thank you. Megan posted a video after we get off of here. Oh my gosh, I'm at 5%. I need to go get my charger. After we get off of here, Megan posted a Jade Hooper video to the page. PS, go watch it, because like everything that we're saying here is everything that she says in that video. She's amazing. And so I will just say that when I first started with the business, in case you're new and you don't know who I am, I was working full time and we didn't have like voice memos back then. And so I was driving a lot in my car for my job, like sometimes 8 hours of the day. So I couldn't really work while I'm driving, right? That would be like really dangerous. And so I did have to just have really intentional time for when I worked the business, when I stopped to get gas or when I stopped to go to the bathroom or eat, or maybe at nighttime, or got up early in the morning. Like I just had to figure it out, right? So that's the first part of it, is like figuring out when can you work the business. And then like being consistent with however you do it. Some people are going to do this in person and that's great. Like totally. There are a lot of top income earners that got there doing parties and things like that. When I started, it really wasn't feasible because I wasn't here. And so that's why we do a lot on social media. I didn't have a good warm market. So like Laura, like I had to grow my cold market really, really fast. And a lot, like since then, almost everyone that I've signed up is really from my cold market, not my warm market. And from the beginning, I did message. It wasn't really even a thing necessarily back then, and maybe it was, and we just like weren't really talking about it. But like Megan and I have always messaged, like from the beginning. We just reach out, and I'm like her. I just go right for it. Like I'm gonna give it to you. And it's funny because in the Jade Hooper video, when you watch it, she talks about it's not about getting the yes. And I've said this before, like it's not about getting the yes. It's not about reaching out and them being like, yeah, let me have more information. And I know that most people, that's what you want and that's what you're thinking in your head. But I was the person that said no. Courtney asked me, I said no. I ignored her and then I said no. And I stalked her. What did I do? I stalked her. And this is what Jade Hooper says in the video. Once you ask them, you know what they're going to do right away, basically? They're going to go to your stories and they're going to go to your Facebook. So if you are not consistent with posting and you're not consistent with doing stories, guess what? They're going to go find someone else to join because they know that you're not serious about this. So all the pieces of the puzzle work together. I think there was like a Cheyenne Knox video. I need to move out to the other room. I talked about this, but it all works together, right? You're messaging them. They're going to your Facebook or Instagram. They're going to look at your stories. They're going to look at your posts. They're going to see who you are and what you're talking about and what you do, right? And then you're going to have to follow up with them. So like all of it combined is how it works together. It's like all a puzzle, right? If that makes sense. Hold on, I'm sorry, but I have to move out because I have a few other things I have to say and I'm at 4% and it's going to die and then everyone's going to get kicked off. So this is my life. But I am super duper duper consistent with posting. And specifically with stories. I work Instagram a lot. I'd say majority of my potentials come from Instagram. And the key to Instagram, in my opinion, is not necessarily the posts. It is the stories. And now it's becoming like the same on Facebook, I think. But stories are so huge, you guys. And let me just say this. You guys probably think my life is so boring. I have nothing to post in a story, right? Who's ever thought that? Because that's what I thought too. Do you know what people do? They go on Instagram and they look at people's stories and they're like, what are they doing today? What are they eating? What are they talking about? What are they, like, I swear, right? It's like reality TV. How popular is reality TV? It's probably, what?
I totally do that.
Yes. You guys.
There's a blogger that I'm always like, I want to see what she's doing. I'm obsessed with her.
You guys, I do not watch TV. I am serious when I say this. I do not watch TV. Maybe I will watch a movie. I go on Instagram and I watch blogger stories. I'm not joking. I know that sounds like crazy because what do? They sit there and they talk into their camera and they're showing you stuff that you want to see, right? They're giving you, what is it called? Oh my gosh, what is it called? Giving value. They're adding value. They're sharing cute clothes. They're sharing sales. They're sharing whatever, right? They do exactly what we do. Go watch a blogger story on Instagram. That's exactly what you need to be doing. You need to be sharing what you love. And they get paid off of that. Trust me when I tell you, like they're sharing that cute Target shirt and they're getting a kickback from Target whenever you go buy that shirt from their link. That's exactly what they do. They do what we do. So if you want to work this on social media, on Instagram, go watch a blogger. I can send you a bunch of them because I watch them all the time. But for real, you guys, you think that people don't care what you're eating. They want to see it. You think that I shared like a face mask that I used the other day. I wasn't in It Works one, but whatever. Like I share other stuff. I share whatever. I share my mascara. People ask me all the time about my damn like L'Oreal mascara from whatever. Like, but at the same time, in between those stories of like Gavin being crazy or me saying, hi, hey, good morning. It's Wednesday. I'm drinking my skinny coffee. Today we're going to go to the park. Like, I'm like, who cares about that? But people freaking care, you guys. So even if you're going to work, even if you're doing whatever you're doing, like tell people about it. It's crazy. I have a lot of stories. I do a lot of stories every day. But okay, so in between my life stories or whatever I'm sharing, my food, my whatever, I don't know. In between those, guess what I have? It Works stuff. Every single day you will see It Works stories. And I try to do both, like a few slides in a row. If you go in the team page, if you're new and you need some, go in the team page, into the photo albums. I just added a few in there actually. And the photo album, crap, it's called, I'll get it. Okay, whatever. I'll get it. But it's one of the photo albums in there, and it has, I put a ton in there because I go onto other VIPs pages and like steal them from there too, and they're awesome. Sharing is caring. And so if you go on the photo albums in the team page, it's called Stories and Ideas Inspiration. I need to probably change that because it doesn't really, whatever. Stories, Ideas, and Inspiration. And there's a ton. There's some for products. There's some for distributors. And so I have every single day. I have something related to the business, like a few stories in a row. You can go to my page and like look, and then I have something about a product. Usually it's coffee because I sell the most coffee. But every single day, every day. And I've posted every single day on my social media, no matter what happened in my flipping life. If I was working 12 hours that day, if I had a baby, like no matter what happened, I promise you, I've been posting and I've been consistent. So when I do reach out to people, they go to my Instagram or my Facebook and they know exactly what I do because they can go look and see it. So if you're gonna message someone, make sure that they can go to your profile and know what the heck you do, because otherwise they're just gonna be really confused, right? That was something that she was talking about in there. And you don't have to have like the prettiest pictures of life, you guys. You just have to be relatable. Just be you. You don't have to be like me. You don't have to be like Megan. You don't have to be like Laura. You don't have to look like any of those pretty people that know how to do the photos. You have to be you. People can tell when you are not being you, right? And so I am a Disney nerd. I just love it. I embrace it. I have a Disney shirt on. You'll see Disney all over my page. That's just who I am. And so when I'm bringing people into my network and I'm messaging them, they're like, they have something to relate to me on, right? What is it? You have to know, like, and trust in order to buy from you or join your team. So they have to feel like they know you, right? So you can go to my Instagram stories and Facebook stories and posts and know who I am because I'm talking every single day about what the heck I'm doing. They have to they have to like me. So chances are, if they're a Disney person, they're going to like me because we have something in common. And then they have to watch you long enough to trust you, right? Like, not everyone's going to say yes like the first day. Like some people might, but in my distributor stories, I always, or all of them, I do polls. I don't have a ton of people hitting my polls, but I do have some, and I've gotten tons and tons of new leads from that just by being consistent, right? And the way that you get your views up on your stories is by interacting. Interacting is so huge. Just like that's how you get, right, your likes and stuff up on your regular posts is by interacting. So if you're like sitting there like, oh, no one's hitting my stuff or no one's viewing my stuff, well, how much are you giving? In order to get, you have to give. I'm sure you've heard that in your life, right? Like in order to get more, you have to give more. And so if you want more likes and more interaction, which is huge on social media, in order for them to see your stuff so that they can go to your profile and look at your stuff, you need to be interacting. So like it all comes together when you're signing distributors. I know this seems like a bunch of different pieces, but all the pieces to the puzzle. And you know what, like if I can do it and Megan can do it, like every single flipping one of you can do it. You know what I mean? Like it's not hard. It really isn't hard. It does take time, and you do have to set aside time. And that's kind of where we go back to the beginning where, yeah, it takes time. It takes work. And if you're not willing to do that, then maybe this just is not for you, because this is what it's like to be an entrepreneur, right? There was a quote I heard that I saw the other day, and it was like, entrepreneur, I think I put it on, I think it's actually on my Instagram right now. It was something about how like most people trade their time for money, and entrepreneurs like trade their money for freedom or something. But it's so true, you guys. Like, this is whatever you want it to be. You want it to be $50 a month, then work it like it's $50 a month. You want it to be like $200, work it like it's $200. You want it to be $10,000 a month, you got to work it like it's $10,000 a month. And I promise you, people that are making $10,000 a month aren't working just like 1 hour a day. It's just the truth. So anyway, I don't know. Any other questions, or I'm trying to think of any other things that I had written down, but basically just be you. Just put yourself out there, grow your network, be consistent, be reaching out, and be following up. And that's it. It's literally it. There's no other like craziness to it, right? There's no other secrets. It's pretty simple. I don't know. What else?
I was going to add to what you're saying for, getting more people to see what you're doing. What I do to like, make that grow is I go into my, recently added friends, and the newest people that are on top that I added that day, I literally like right click and open tab, and I open like 15 at the minimum of them. And then I go to each of their page and I scroll down, like, and comment on something, each of their page. And that's like a good way so I can keep organized of who I haven't seen or talked to yet, so that the new people can, move on and start seeing my stuff. That's all I wanted to add.
Yeah, no, interaction is just so important. It's so important. They have to feel like they're your friend. They have to trust you. They're not just going to join your team just because you said you have an opportunity. They have to feel like they trust you in a way. And if they don't trust you, then they're going to continue to hear about the opportunity, but they might go to someone else. And like, I think it was Laura, someone was saying about following up. Like, if you're not the last person to follow up with them, someone else will be. Like, you want to be the first person to reach out to them, and you want to be the last person to follow up with them, right? Because otherwise someone else will steal.
Can I add something real quick? Two things, actually, because I have a question for y'all in a second. But if you guys also, to help getting interaction up and all that stuff and likes and know who's seeing your posts, guys, throw in a really good non-It Works related post, okay? Like your thing, who you are. Like for Jackie, it's Disney, right? So if she's just going to post a Disney post, she's going to get way more likes on that, and it's going to make the interaction, the algorithms, and all the weird stuff that I know nothing about, it's all going to like boost it, right? Because when I throw in a personal post, I get way more likes, and I'm like, okay, all of these people really are seeing my posts. They're just not liking my It Works posts. You know what I mean? Secondly, I need y'all help. Because I've been trying to figure this out forever, but for whatever reason, you know how when you're growing your network, you're friending people on Facebook, right? And then it caps out at like 1,000, I think. And if you have all of these friend requests out that aren't responded to, you have to go back through and like cancel those friend requests, right? You know what I'm talking about? I can no longer do it on my phone, and I have it took me over 2 hours last night to go through on the computer and cancel out these friend requests. So does anybody else's things look like this? Wait, I gotta make it so you can see it. It like updated.
I have not updated because you asked me that, and I didn't want to have to lose
Jackie,
that option.
I was flipping out last night. I'm like, I have seriously been doing this for 2 hours.
I've been hearing a lot of people ask that same question though, and like,
where is it?
Keep them in. Yeah, I don't know where they are.
Okay,
Allison will eventually find it.
Man, that's my jam. I'm telling you. What kind of phone do you have?
I don't know, an iPhone something. iPhone 7 Plus.
Updated to the new Facebook, and apparently it's gone on her.
See, my apps update automatically by themselves, so I didn't know it updated, and apparently it updated, and now it's gone.
All right. I'll have to check it out on mine and get back with you.
Hook the sister up, Allison. You'll be my hero for life.
I know, right?
She reminded me to do that the other day, and I was like, oh, I always forget to do that. Yeah. What else? I don't know. It's kind of all I have, you guys. Like, just open yourself up and be you. Like she said, like, do not It Works posts. It's so important. I did one, I don't know, I think it was yesterday. And so my thing is Disney. And so I have a lot of people that love Disney. And I was like, hey, I want to get my team together for a little get together. Outside of the parks, like, what's the best thing to do at Disney? And I had like so many people comment different places that like wherever that was like around the Disney area to get together, simply because I asked. Target is huge with my audience. You have to know like what your people like, right? Another thing that I kind of do that I feel like it gets me more interaction is I don't base my worth off of like how many likes and how many comments I get, but I do look at which photos get the most likes. Like if you go to my Instagram, it's basically all either just me and Gavin, Gavin, Glenn. And the reason is because I just know that people will look at it more than like a photo of just my coffee, like my coffee mug without me in it. I just know people will look at it faster. And so if they're looking at it, then they can read my caption, which is always something It Works related. So I kind of am very choosy about which photos. It's not like they have to be pretty or perfect or anything like that. It's just like I know which, and some people they'll post food and they'll get that many likes. Like it just depends on your audience. So go through your photos and see like which ones get the most likes, so that when you are posting about the business, people are stopping and looking. Anyway, that's what I got. If you have more questions, you can drop them in the chat. Otherwise, go watch the Jade Hooper video that Megan posted today. It's so good. I only got through half of it, but I love her mindset. She's amazing.
I have a question.
Yes.
For anyone. Okay, if you can do one thing different from when you started, what would it be?
I would do more self-development.
Staying organized.
Yeah.
I would not compare.
And Ashley asked that. She actually does listen to a podcast that is self-development. So you kind of already know what to do in that area. I would do more of that. Because when your brain is in the right spot, like when you're at Laura's level where you're just like, I don't care, I'm just going to message the world and like, who cares what they say? When you can get to that spot, you do that because you work on your brain. Like you can get to that spot, even if you're not there right now, I promise you, because I was not always there. That's when you're going to let the fear go and you're just going to go for it. So more self-development.
Okay, so one of these conversations that we had was that I am like very, I don't know, I'm not good with social media. I'm trying to be better about it. What sparked you inside to say, you know what, I'm just going to message these people, whatever they say, they say. Like, what was like maybe a quote or maybe just a thought you had?
So, I mean, I feel like it comes down to how strong your why is. Like, how strong is your need to make this work? Some people, like, I mean, I had a really good job. So it's not like I, like, financial was like, oh my gosh. But at the same time, I was leaving my husband all the time for my job. I wasn't home a lot. And I was doing something at my full-time job that I had literally never done before, and I was stressing out hardcore. And so not that I really thought that I could replace my income with this when I first started, like I'll be completely honest, but at the same time I saw all these other girls and their stories and I was like, maybe that could happen. And so I worked like it was going to happen anyway, because I like money. And so it just comes down to how bad do you really want it? Because the fear is what holds you back, right? It's what holds your mind back and what tells you like, oh, you shouldn't do this because someone's going to say no, or you shouldn't do this because someone's going to ignore you, or you shouldn't do this because someone's going to like think you're stupid. But
it's true. You can't control other people's thoughts. You only thoughts you can control is your thoughts.
Right.
So that is true.
And when you're letting their no stop you, when you're letting all that stuff that I just like named off stop you, you're letting them control your future. They are now in control of your future and you're not. And I don't like not being in control of my life. That really makes me angry. So I was like, no, I cannot keep letting other people's words stop me, because they're controlling what I'm going to have for my husband or for myself or for my future son or my future, you know?
Completely understand. I actually had totally whatever kind of on topic. I had a conversation with one of my best friends the other day. I felt like it was a TED talk, but I was telling him, I said that I don't take no as the answer for anything in life. So I definitely think that I just have to take my personal beliefs and really stick to them in a way, and like just keep pushing on and finding, I guess, more motivation. But again, this is day one for me, so we'll see where day two takes me.
Well, the fact that you're on here on day one says something about you, first of all.
I appreciate it.
It's practice too. Like, I know that like when we start, like we want to be the best. I mean, I want to be the best. Like we want to be really good and we want to like be signing all the people like Laura, you know, like we just want to be like, that was not my story. I did not sign that many people in my first month. But at the same time, it's like if I started, Glenn plays golf. I don't play golf. If I started golf today, I would probably really suck like for a while. And I would have to practice it. And depending on how much I practiced golf every day would say how fast I got better at it and how fast I was good at it, right? So it's the same thing. It's how often are you practicing your business, like the work that you're doing, the actions, you know? And the more action that you put in, the less fear you'll have, because the better that you're going to get, the more wins you're going to get, the easier it's going to come to you. So the more action that you can put in from the very start, like the faster you'll go.
Right. That makes sense completely. I lost my train of thought, so apologize.
Awesome. You're on here. You're doing great so far.
I was gonna say, I think like so. A lot of you don't know, but I've been doing childcare for about 14 years, and it's I run my own childcare business in a way. I set up all my clients. I set up everything. So I find that listening to all you wonderful ladies speak and talk, like it seems like you guys put more effort in your business, in this business, than I put in the 14 years I've been doing childcare. And I can see that, like, you really, really need to motivate yourself and constantly motivate yourself. And I love that. I love that you gotta keep pushing yourself.
Yeah. I feel like I can always do more, and not in like a I'm going to kill myself way, like not like work myself to the bone. Like obviously you have to have your priorities in check. And that's why when you'll hear us talk a lot about being intentional. And that just means I'm not going to go on Facebook and just start scrolling. Like that doesn't help anyone. I will go on Instagram because that's like my downtime, and I'm learning from bloggers. So technically I'm working at the same time, but I'm not going to go just scroll for hours on end because I know when I'm doing that, I'm not working my business. That's not working. You know what I mean? And so I think it just comes down to like, what's your passion? Like we get to be on here empowering each other in life. It's not just for the business, you guys. Like this is so much more than the business. You have to understand that. Like if something happened and tomorrow it works went away, right? I am a totally different person because of this team. Not even just the company, because of this team that we are on, because of like you guys, and because of getting together, and because of doing the self-development and changing my mindset. Like I'm a totally different person in such a great way. And like I would have never been this person without this. I'm just going to say that. And so it's so much more. And that's why we are so passionate about what we do. So yeah, power to the people.
I totally muted myself by accident. I was going to say, I appreciate all of you, and I appreciate all your stories, and I don't know what I'm saying because this is just me being awkward because this is past my bedtime. Oh, wait, you can't even see how awkward I look because I'm in my car.
Well, we're excited for you. You're going to go double black diamond with Lori, so it's going to be all good.
I'm really nervous. Like, I'm very nervous about this whole thing. I'm not going to lie.
If you were nervous about this when you started, will you raise your hand right now? Okay.
I can't see anyone.
Everyone's raising their hand. Okay, so we're all good. So you're in good company. You're normal. It's all good. You're going in the right direction. Anyone else?
That's how I feel about this reversing. I'm going in the right direction.
You are going in the right direction. All right. Well, we're already at 10 o'clock, so I hate keeping you past an hour. But if you have more questions, you know where we're at. And yeah, thanks for hopping on and being here with us. I love seeing your faces. I'm excited to see each of you promote next month. All right. Good night, everyone.
Nighty night. Sweet night. May everyone have good dreams.